Mark �𝗏𝗍 from GC Realty. At this point, you're about to probably apply for one of our places, and super excited you're here. Hopefully you enjoyed your tour. Hopefully you got to meet one of our rock star showing agents, and we're super excited that now you're preparing to see what it takes to qualify. So I'm going to give you a list of 6 things that we're really looking for that will give you the ability to pass and get through our underwriting to approval status. So 1, minimum credit score. Our minimum credit score is 600. So if you have a below 600 score, you're going to be eliminated right away. So if you know your credit score and maybe you're 520 and you're working on something, you might not want to apply and spend that time. So the next one, number 2, is your net income. Your net income cannot be lower than 2.5 times the monthly rent. And that is your net income. So you might gross $10,000, but if you have a whole bunch of other things that are subtracted between taxes and child support, or you're throwing $5,000 towards your 401k, that's great, but that's not part of your net income. So we're looking at your net income, and it has to be minimum 2.5 times the monthly rent. So we talked about this in another video, in verifying employment. So a lot of times you put down your employment, and we have to call and we have to verify that that's your job and that's income. So if you are putting the information down on the application, make sure you have a great number that's going to give the easiest path to getting that information verified. So that's a big one. That's one of the 3 things that why we see applicants not getting to the finish line, because we are unable to verify that income. So credit history and not so much the credit score, but the civil records. Maybe you have judgments on there from a past landlord. Maybe you have eviction filings. Maybe you have a bunch of collections. Maybe you have liens. Maybe you have bankruptcies. Those all don't immediately disqualify you, but those get thrown into the ring, and the more you have, the tougher it's going to be for us to get you to the finish line. So self-employed applicants. A lot of people run their own business. That's awesome. We're in America. That's create your own opportunity, run a business. But self-employed do struggle because they have to provide us certain things. We have to get tax returns. We have to get 1099s. It's just a bunch of different hoops for us to verify your income. So it's clearly written here below what we need from you, and if we don't give it, we'll clearly ask you, but you have to get that to us in a timely manner for us to be able to push this through. So, and then previous rental history, reports from landlords reflecting on timely payment or sufficient notice. Sometimes you get people like, yeah, the tenant was here and then they just left. Like, those are things that are not going to work for you in the scenario if we hear that in the background. So illegal activities within reported from your previous residents, or not necessarily illegal, but maybe not following their rules, if we get that type of feedback, or you have a series of non-sufficient funds when you pay rent. So these are all things we're researching, and we do have it clearly written below, but I just want to kind of deliver this message to you. We want to get as many people qualified into our homes as quick as possible. And we have certain thresholds, and we try to spell it out as much as we can on this page. That way, in the end, you don't waste your time if you're not a good fit for us right now. And we have a lot of people that aren't a fit for us. We talk to them today, and then they go fix a couple things along the lines of what we're talking about here, or find the ability to get a couple of these things to the finish line, and then they come back 6 months later and they apply and they get accepted. So if you're watching this now and you don't meet our standards, then that's let us know. Maybe there's a way we can help you with that, but then circle back in the future, and maybe when things change or you've made a couple changes, you can come on board with us. So thank you for watching this, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.